It's game over for Andrea Johnson at Madlanga after her admission of abusing her authority. Make sure you watch till the end and see what happened. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel.
For those to be addressed, and if they are not addressed, then that's a different discussion, because not having addressed does not take the matter forward.
Absolutely. I'm clarified. Thank you so much.
Can I?
We then,
Can I?
Yes, ma'am.
In that exchange where you say there's consultation and discussions and debate, do you have are you able to say, I disagree, and so it will not happen? And I want to give you a more direct example on a topic that will come up for discussion later, that if your team puts forward to this discussion that we intend to go and arrest Commissioner Khumalo, because that's who we are investigating.
He's saying he doesn't want to be arrested.
And are you able, do you have the standing, and this is a question really that takes us to standard operating procedures, protocols, or is this one of those where we work it out as we go along? You know, in practice, this is how we do it. Are you in a position to say, no, we are not arresting, we are summoning? Because we know, for example, that you have summoned some of the people that
Correct.
you have had charged.
Yes.
Yet others have been placed under arrest, either at a police station or at an airport or something. Is it your final decision to say we are not arresting, we are summoning, or that decision rests with somebody else, and irrespective of what you think about it?
I am able to make my feelings known. And there is an engagement on why. There are certain things investigators take into account in how best to secure a person. But there is room for engagement. But apart from that, there have been times when I have disagreed, simply because I think the purpose of the exercise must be what is the best way to secure the attendance of a person in court. That has always been the legal principle. And so there have been instances where we have subpoenaed, and there are instances where you have the warrant, but instead of going and executing the warrant, as an example, at a person's home or place of business, you call them and ask them to hand themselves over, and then you do that processing. Those are the ones that are preferred, so as not to be invasive in terms of their space. Sometimes investigators think a bit differently, Commissioner Baloy, but I'm able to, and there's a lot of other considerations, especially where people have families.
Yes, I guess my question more directly is, out of the process that you've described of a team presenting to other managers who are not involved in the matter, and you also participate in that, where does the final decision lies out of that process? Who makes the final decision? I appreciate it's a team discussion and it involves back and forth, but ultimately somebody makes a decision, and you are head of institution. I don't want to assume that because you are head, you are the one that makes the decision. So it's your opportunity to say that, well, finally the decision rests with you. You let it be a team decision, but in fact, the decision rests with you finally. That's what I'm trying to determine with my question.
I am able to make input. A lot of the times the input is taken on board. When myself and those managers who are being briefed leave the room, you have a lead prosecutor and lead investigator, and they also have the benefit of the two chief criminal investigators, as well as Mr. Sissoko, who's the head of operations. And they will deliberate on what we have suggested, and they take it on board and make the final decision, because the execution is theirs, not the ID.
So out of that process, the final decision is not yours?
It's not my final decision.
It's made by other people?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And we'll come back to this just so I understand. on specifically the aspect.
They're not in the affidavit. We can look at it for the next hour. You will not find the names in 4 up to 12. Somebody gave them to you. Who gave you these names?
This
And under
application-
what circumstances?
This application came to me from the prosecutor.
So Ms. Ramsame will have to tell us where she got these names from.
That would be correct.
Okay.
Did you inquire from her where she got the names from when you know that you only gave her the Section 27 affidavit and you are quite familiar with it?
Yes,
Do you
I-
engage and say, who are these ones now? Where do they come in? How do they come in? They are not in the affidavit. You are not conducting an investigation yet, so you are not obtaining your own evidence. Where do these names come from? Did you have that engagement with her?
I didn't have that.
Why not? Shouldn't you have? Because from what you are suggesting, it's like she looked at those 3 names and said, no, 3 is not a good number, I prefer 12, and start like somarhoying other names in there. And you signed, and you are happy with that. How come?
As I indicated, according to me, she only had the 27,
Yes.
and she would have then put together the 28.
Yes,
Yes,
which we're looking at.
yes,
And you know the 27 doesn't contain the names from 4 to 12.
that is correct.
So why do you sign it in the form that it is, where suddenly it includes a litany of other people who are not mentioned in 27 affidavit?
Brigadier Mokwele is there, sorry. Counsel, you refer to only the first 4?
The first 3,
First 3.
The first 3.
yes.
Sorry, Commissioner Baloy, that I'm now a bit slow. And I don't intend taking the whole afternoon to.
Well,
Sorry,
I'm just trying to be helpful.
I know,
because
I'm trying to figure out how she would have arrived at the names because their official capacities mentioned, but the names are not mentioned. I take the point.
you accept that it is not from the
27.
Section 27
Yes.
affidavit that
Yes.
she got the names.
Yes.
You accept that someone must have, if they come from her, someone must have given her these names.
Correct.
Yes.
And I will find out.
And you accept that at this point, when she approaches you with this application, the investigation hasn't started yet. You
That
gave her the affidavit, she looked at it, and she came back to you
That is
and said, we need to have a preliminary investigation. So you accept at this point, there's no investigation yet.
Correct.
All right, thank you.
My challenge is this, Advocate Johnson. You are authorizing an investigation into 8 people who are not mentioned in the singular document you have. They are not referred to you. There's no complaint regarding them. But you are authorizing an investigation into them. In terms of what section are you acting in so doing?
A conversation must have happened
With who? That's the question.
with Advocate Ramsamy.
No, she's not conversing by her soul self. Who is she conversing with?
What I'm saying is, she and I must have had a conversation.
Oh, so you are aware of
I'm
them?
saying she and I must have had a conversation, and I will follow that up because I don't have an independent recollection of a conversation. And she would have to indicate then if she had a conversation with somebody else. I wouldn't just have blindly signed it without finding out from her.
Did you perhaps suggest these names to her?
No, these are not people I know.
Can I say that the difficulty is that you don't seem to abide the terms of this Section 27. Even if she proposes the names to you, you are the final decision maker, you are the in charge. You're the one that's authorizing an investigation. It's difficult to conceive of a situation where she comes back to you and she gives you a list of names and you don't say, no, we can't do that because it doesn't arise from this affidavit. We haven't started an investigation, so I know you didn't get those names from an investigation. I know you didn't do that. We have at this point only this affidavit, and you don't say, we are obliged to work with what we've got. We can't do whatever we feel like. It's difficult to understand that you would be party. If this is her giving, she gave you these names, that you are happy to sign off a truly invasive investigation, because your powers to hear evidence means you can call these people, you can look into their affairs. That's what it means. And you do it outside the corners of the only document you have on which you could work with. You, the head, are not in a position, and you do not say to your prosecutor that we are not doing that. We are bound by law, we are bound by rules to investigate that which is properly given to us. It's a misuse of powers, whether it comes from her or from you. At this stage, this is a misuse of powers. To take intrusive steps and action against people on this affidavit, you have no justification whatsoever on this affidavit to be looking into Likalakala, Ngube, Moyani, Sibula, Madileng, Mokwele even, by name, Duvalo, whoever is automotive engineer. You have absolutely no legitimate and valid basis to look into them. Maybe there is something to look at later on, but we are still at this affidavit stage where you are authorizing that they be called in, that their affairs, their bank statements be looked into, and their lifestyles and everything and about them. And they must come to interviews under threat of, if you do not cooperate, it's a criminal offense. You're happy to do all of that, when in fact the document, the only document on which you rely to act as you do in this document, doesn't create a basis for it. It's to me, it's yet another instance where you, in particular, have misused your powers to go where you are not authorized to go. There's no legitimate basis to do this. Do you want to comment?
No, I have no comment, Chair.
Thank you.
Advocate Silo,